watching Pets in a Pod, and today I'm going to talk to you about camping essentials. Hey, so it's me, Taylor, with Pets in a Pod, and I am still camping. If you watched my other video, you know that I am wearing the same thing because I just filmed the last video, but I moved spots so it might look a little different. But anyway, I forgot my tripod, so now the camera is sitting on the car. Camping essentials. These are just a few things that I think every person should bring camping, whether they're in an RV, a tent, backpacking, hiking, whatever. You should have this on you always, always, always for camping. So number one is something essential just in general, always for life, and that's a water bottle. You should always have water for your dog. I mean, at home it should always be there available in a bowl, but when you're camping, I think sometimes you forget to set out a designated area for your dog. Maybe you don't forget, but just in case, I'm here to remind you, you should have water for your dog. And what I like to do is actually have a water bottle specific just for the dog. So this is actually the dog's water, but I have this in case I'm away from the campground or I can't find water immediately. At least this buys me a couple bowls worth. And secondly, to go along with the water thing, not only just have a bottle for your dogs, but also the bowl. I really like collapsible bowls for camping, aside from just having a legitimate bowl, because these are easier to pack, they're much more flat. As you guys know, when you're camping, space is limited, so I really like the collapsible because look how thin, but they open up to a little bowl. And a third tip with the water, just to add on, if you are looking for these, sometimes if you look up dog or collapsible water bowls, they can be a little expensive because they're pet priced. Pet priced things tend to be more expensive than human priced things. So if you want one of these, but you might want to find it cheaper, go to the camping section, go to where they have pots and pans, and usually they'll have these same things, but they're meant for people. So they're actually like bowls for people to eat out of, or cups sometimes. So they tend to be cheaper, but this is a dog one and they're not too expensive to begin with anyway. I will link this one below because I got it in a pack of 3, so I actually leave one in my car. I leave one as a camping packing, and then I have a spare that's in the garage. The next thing I want to share with you guys, I actually talked about in the last video, but I just want to bring it up real fast, and that is to bring clothing for your dog. So this is Minnie's t-shirt. I really do think there is value in bringing t-shirts camping. If you want to see all the reasons why, you can watch my last video, but mainly it's just to protect your dog from fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, because your shirt is on the outside and the dog can't get to it. Also, if you want to spray your dog with a bug spray, it goes on the shirt and not your dog. Speaking of bug spray, here it is again. I did talk about this too in my last video, but this is my favorite bug spray in the entire world, so I will talk about it again and again and again. This is the brand Wondercide, and as you can see, it's a flea and tick spray, but although it says flea and tick, it is not only for those things, it is also for things like mosquitoes work really well, and ants hate this stuff too, so pretty much I found it works with any bug to repel any bug, but the thing is that it's organic and completely pet and child safe. So if you have pets and kids, or one or the other, you can use this on them, you can use it on yourself. They not only make big bottles like this, they also make smaller sprays if that's what you want. You can also use this on cats as well. So it has a great use, great variety, tons of smells. Wondercide is my most favorite thing, and a third product that I have is actually the Wondercide White. I'll zoom in for you really quick. I really like these two because for these, if your dog is afraid of spray bottles or the spraying just doesn't work for you, the wipes have it on them as well, and you can wipe it onto the dog or you can wipe it onto yourself versus using a spray. This is also a lot smaller, or you can choose whichever works for you packing wise, or bring both like I did. I bring all the Wondercide all the time. So based off Wondercide, speaking of wipes, although the Wondercide wipes are great, they are solely meant for like bug repellent, right? So it's basically just an alternative to the spray, which means at night when you're going to bring your dog in, whether it's in a tent or an RV, you're not supposed to use these wipes because these aren't for cleaning. These would just basically add more bug spray into your dog. So what I like to recommend is getting regular dog wipes. So these specific ones work really well. I mean, I like them, they're just wipes, but if you're curious, they are the Nature's Miracle deodorizing bath wipes. And the reason why I like that is because it basically just has like neutralizing parts in it, and when you go camping with a dog, the dogs get very smelly. So the deodorizing is helpful because it just kind of like mutes all the outside smells. But I don't think it's really so much that. I think it's mostly that's a bath wipe, which basically means they're very moist and wet, and that will take off a lot of the dirt and the grime and the bug spray from the day on the dog. If you want to save a little money, because remember, pet products tend to be priced more than human products, Baby wipes work just as well because baby wipes are safe for babies, which are very sensitive. You know, babies are small and sensitive and have fresh skin. Baby wipes are perfect for dogs too. So I like this pack. It was big and I know it's safe for pets. But if you're fine and you're looking for a cheaper alternative, you can find a baby wipe that will work and that will be just as fine. The next camping essential I have is children's Benadryl. Children's Benadryl could be a lifesaver. So I'm gonna put this to the camera and I want you to screenshot this. So I want you to find this exact Benadryl. It has to be the children's Benadryl, and it's even better if it's the dye-free one, which basically means it's clear, because that's the safest one for pets. Because remember, children's dosages and children's products tend to be safe for pets, and dye-free, because then there's no like harmful extra toxins. It's purely just the medicine in here for the dog. And so the reason why you want children's Benadryl is because you never know what you'll encounter. Even if your dog's never had an allergic reaction before, it doesn't mean it will. And you can't follow the dosage instructions on the actual box. You actually have to do specific dosing. So I'll put this all up on the bottom. But basically what it is it's 1 milligram per pound of dog. So I'm gonna use Olive as my example. Olive is 15 pounds about. So that means 15 milligrams for 15 pounds of olive, but this is not measured in milligrams, it's measured in milliliters because it is a liquid. Here, what this is 0.4 milliliters equals 1 milligram. So that means it's 0.4 times the weight of your dog. So 0.4 times 15 pounds. I have 6.0 written on here. I wrote this a long time ago, so math-wise that might change a little just based on her weight, but 6.0 is the measurement I give Olive, so it's 6 milliliters. So that means on the syringe, she gets 6 milliliters full of liquid for Benadryl. Mini, to give you a reference, is about 8 pounds, so 8 times 0.4. I wrote on here 3.2. Again, that might be a little bit off depending on the rounding I did. So it's 3.2 milliliters of the Benadryl for the dog. So 0.4 times your dog's weight, that's how much of this you'll give your dog. And I'm gonna go ahead and stand up to explain this last part because my legs are killing me from squatting because I don't have my tripod. The last thing that I really suggest getting is also a glow collar or a collar with a light on it, because camping, it just brings more attention to your dog. Even if you're walking in the daytime, a glow collar really helps them stand out. But more importantly, especially at night, and I think it's more so important too when you are hiking, because your dog, depending on how busy the hike is, like if there's other people or animals or whatever, you're gonna be able to see your dog easier with a glow collar. And there's one last one too. If you camp in a tent or even in an RV and you don't want to buy a dog bed, or you don't want to get their personal dog bed messy, go to the fabric store and buy foam pad. They sell it by the foot, so that means you can save money because you're buying just the amount you need. And that foam pad can go in the tent or in the RV and can get dirty, or you can sew or buy like a cover for it depending on the size. But it's a way to save money because you're buying just the foam pad and not all like the cutesy dog pet stuff. Because again, pet products are expensive. So thanks for watching, guys. This was Pets in a Pod. If you have any other camping tips you want to leave below, feel free to comment below because that's great. I also post weekly on Fridays, so I will see you in 1 week next week, and have a great week. See you Friday.